Hi guys, I hope that you're all having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share my entire Louis Vuitton handbag collection. I want to give you guys a little bit of information on each of these bags without spending too much time on them. So I wanted to share my favorite thing, if there's anything that I would change about them, and I will also be including the current retail price on the screen if you guys are interested. I've done reviews and I'd say maybe 90% of these handbags, and I will put the majority of those reviews on the description box below if you guys want to check them out. All right, so without further ado, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now these bags are going to be in no particular order. Starting with the first one, the multi-pochette in the khaki color. The multi-pochette, what I love about it, I love the pieces separately. I think it works. What I would change about it is how busy I think it is as a handbag. Truth be told, I think I've used it as a handbag once, and I probably used it for maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't really like the way that it looks altogether. I think it makes it way too busy. So when I first saw the multi-pochette, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, these things would work. These pieces would work perfectly separate from the bag. The coin purse I use separately with other handbags. The pochettes are perfect to use in your larger totes as well. There are times that I use the larger one with just a single chain and it really ends up working out fabulously. And I love incorporating the strap with other monogram pieces that I have within my collection as well. So for me personally, I don't like this as a bag. I like it as SLGs, like a party of SLGs separately. So that's the way that I prefer to use it. So the multi-pochette in the khaki color. All right, next up, now I do have 3 of these, which is the pochette accessoire. I have it in the Damier Ebene, the Damier Azur, and the Monogram. I absolutely love these bags. Once upon a time, I had them all before, and the price was a lot less from what I recently paid for the Damier Azur. But I decided to sell them because I thought I was too cool for school. I sold them all, and slowly but surely I started to realize that I definitely needed these back in my collection. So I completed the trifecta a couple of months ago with the Damier Azur, as I said before, and I am so insanely happy. I think that these are perfect. I mean, they're such versatile pieces. Yes, they're technically small leather goods, but you can use them as a handbag. You can use them as a pouch inside of your larger bags. Perfect for everyday, perfect for, I mean, when you just want a smaller bag, and they still end up packing a punch. So what would I change about them? It's not something that I would change on the bag. I just wish that Louis Vuitton wouldn't have discontinued them. I know that they still currently have the Damier Azur as well as the Monogram, but I really wish that they would just keep these in stock all the time, just because I think it makes for a great starter piece, and it also makes for a great piece to add to your collection at any point in time. So huge fan of the pochette accessoire, and as I said before, they are small, but they pack a punch. It's just a simple little pouch, and they are absolutely amazing. All right, next up is the KEEPALL extra small in the reverse monogram Eclipse. I love this little bag. I think it is so insanely cute. It's very carefree, and I am a sucker. I am a sucker for the monogram Eclipse. I always have been, and the fact that this is reverse monogram Eclipse is even better. You have the gray on the sides, and then you have the monogram Eclipse on the front. I think it's amazing, absolutely amazing. One thing that I would change about it, I would change the zipper. I would love to see the zipper go down all the way, not all the way, but maybe down to here. That way it makes it a lot more user-friendly, and it's a little bit more spacious, or it's a little bit easier to put your items inside or to take them out. So that's the only thing that I would change about this. But the KEEPALL extra small and the reverse monogram Eclipse. All right, next up, the Nano Speedy. Oh man, this bag has, I mean, I've always loved it. I always loved it from afar before I purchased it. And after I got it, it still was a major favorite, but it wasn't until I was feeling spicy and I decided to remove the strap that this bag just became, it's a forever bag for me. Absolutely. I love this little bag. There is nothing that I would change. I think it is perfect. It's small, but it packs a punch. This is literally the Mary Poppins bag. I mean, because it's crazy. I can definitely, of course, I have to go a little bit more uber compact as far as my SLGs go, but I can end up fitting all of my daily essentials no problem. And the fact of being able to use it with different straps is such a game changer. The strap that it came with, of course, it was just attached. It was not removable. It was not adjustable. I think it really just, it really cut into how I could incorporate this handbag into my collection. So as I said before, cutting the strap was the best decision I could have ever made. And it's amazing because if I want to go for a thicker chain, I can do that. If I want to go for a thicker leather strap, I can do that. I have so much more play with it. And because of it, as I said before, it has become a forever bag for me. So the Nano Speedy in the Monogram canvas. All right, next up is the Alma BB in the Damier Ebene, another great bag. And it's funny because I have had Almas in the past. I had an MM, I've had PMs in vernis as well as in canvas. But I feel like the BB really ends up working out the best for me. I feel like it's a lot more user-friendly than the other two. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but this one definitely works out for me the best. I love, love, love the Damier Ebene. Damier Ebene is my favorite, my all-time favorite canvas print. It's the original, and it's just, these chocolate squares definitely do something for me. Not only that, the fact that most Damier Ebene handbags do have that beautiful red interior. Currently, I do have an organizer in there. So I love it. The one thing that I would change about this bag is the strap that it comes with, because it does come with a removable strap. Sorry, I have it, half of these bags are like, have air paper because I was trying to, it's a mess in my room right now. But the strap is removable, but it's a one size fits all. So it can be it's not very user friendly. You know, it could end up being too long on your torso. And I don't know, I don't really use this strap at all. Sometimes I like to put a monogram strap on here, or usually I end up going for a chain. I think it looks the best. But yeah, the strap, I cannot stand this strap at all. That's the one thing that I would change about the Alma BB. So there we go. All right, it is so random, right, how I'm pulling these things, because I should have done like from smallest to largest, but no. All right, next up is the Nano Noe in the Monogram canvas. You will notice that I also was feeling a little bit spicy, and I removed the strap on this as well. I actually experimented on this one first, and I was like, okay, if all goes well, then I will do the Nano Speedy. And obviously you guys know the outcome. But yeah, so I ended up removing the strap, which it's in here. Again, the fact that these come with a without a removable strap and it's not adjustable, it just really limits, for me, the handbag. So cutting it or removing it was the greatest thing. I didn't cut it. I removed it so that way I can end up using this again later if I wanted to. But yeah, I can use it with a chain strap, with a leather strap. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this little guy is actually quite spacious as well. I honestly think that the Nano Speedy fits more than this one does. And you would think that this one would, just because it's open, but due to the shape that this has, I definitely feel like I can fit a little bit more in this one than I can in the Nano. There we go. So love these little bags. I think that not only are they adorable, but they're absolutely functional for my lifestyle as well. So the Nano Noe in the Monogram canvas. All right, next up is the Palm Springs mini backpack. So this bag has a ton of sentimental value to me. I absolutely love this bag though. I love it because it's versatile. You can use it as a backpack, you can use it crossbody, you can remove obviously the straps and use a different strap with it as well. It's extremely carefree because it does have the color treated leather. So that way if you do decide to use this as a travel bag, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And it's small, but it also ends up packing a punch. I promise I won't say that too often throughout this video because I know I have a tendency to say that phrase a lot, all right? I know. Okay, so even though I absolutely love this bag and I will never ever get rid of it, if there's one thing that I could change, it's actually something that Louis Vuitton has already taken care of, and that is the zipper. Because this is the old style Palm Springs mini backpack, so the zipper is hidden and it is a pain in the ass sometimes. And this little zipper too, or this little pocket here, I find it to be useless, like for me anyways. Sometimes I've used it for my key fob, but I don't really use it, probably because the zipper is tucked in here as well. So the fact that Louis Vuitton changed it and now it has an exposed zipper, I think is a major, major game changer. I think it makes it way more user-friendly than these. But because this one has so much sentimental value, did I say that right? Sentimental value? I think I said it wrong. Because it has so much sentimental value, I will never ever get rid of it. I will deal with, with this zipper. Because I'm just way, way, way too attached to it. And having two of these makes absolutely zero sense, especially because when I go to use it, it reminds me, it brings back all the memories, you know? So it's something that I will continue to gripe with. This is a forever bag for me as well. But the fact that Louis Vuitton changed the zipper was an absolute game changer. So the Palm Springs mini backpack. All right, next up, oh man, the BUMBAG. Now, if you have been watching my channel for a while, you guys know that I hated the BUMBAG. I didn't get it. I was like, why would you want a fanny pack? Like, no. I know fanny packs have been around for a long time. I get it. But I was like, no, I don't like it. And then I started thinking about it a little bit more and a little bit more, and I fell in love with it. And I am proud to say I was wrong about this bag because it is absolutely amazing. It is insanely comfortable. It's very, very spacious. I do have an organizer in here as well. I think that is a major game changer for it. But I do have an organizer in there. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's adjustable. I love this bag. I prefer to use this crossbody or as a shoulder bag. I have never, nor will I ever, use it as a fanny pack. Actually, I shouldn't say never, because this was actually on one of my never say never videos that I was eating my words one letter at a time. But I don't foresee myself ever using it as, you know, as a fanny pack. But crossbody, amazing. Shoulder bag, absolutely amazing. And it's awesome, absolutely awesome. The one thing I would change about this bag, if I had to, would be that this strap could be removable. Because yes, it is adjustable, as I said before, and it's pretty generous when it comes to the adjustments as well. It's not like it's one little adjustment. But if it did have a removable strap, I think it would make it a lot easier to be able to use a different strap with it if you wanted to use it crossbody, so that it was a little bit longer on your, you know, on your torso. I think that would have been maybe a little bit better, but again, it's a very minor thing, if anything, if I would change. But I love it the way that it is. Forever item as well. I know, I know. So that's why I have learned to say never say never. That one really sealed the deal. There's another one that I'm going to talk about that that also made me say, or made me eat my words. All right, next up is the Pochette Lisi in the red empreinte leather. As you guys know, this was a gift from the Hubs, and this beauty does come with two removable little SLGs. So one pouch, a zippered pouch, and then you have a credit card slot, and then you have an open little compartment in that. And here is the interior. You have one little slip pocket, and this one also comes with a removable chain. The chain is not adjustable, but the fact that it is removable allows you the chance to be able to use this with other chains if you wanted to. So I love it. It's, you know, it's a very small bag. It also packs a punch. I know, I think that's the last time I'm gonna say it. It also packs a punch, but I love the fact that it comes with these other SLGs, because these you can easily incorporate with other handbags, or if you just wanted to use this one on its own, maybe fit your phone in here if you have a smaller phone, that definitely ends up working out. The one thing that I would change about it, I would maybe make this a little bbit wider, because if you end up using these two in here, it's quite cumbersome and you can't really maximize your space. I know, I get it. That's That's how it's intended to be. But I think that if it was just a little bit wider, if it had a little bit more of a gusset on the side, or you know, the gusset that expands, I think that you'd be able to carry a little bit more with you, even if you decided to carry these. So I feel like with this one, it's either one or the other. Either you carry the 2 items in there, or you don't carry them at all and you carry other items with you. So I don't know, but I do love it. I do think that the color is absolutely gorgeous. And in combination with the gold hardware, yeah, huge fan. So the Pochette Felice in the red empreinte leather. All right, next up, one of my newest purchases, the Baggy PM in the pink denim. All right, so I know a lot of people do not like this bag, but I think it is incredible. It gives me all those warm and fuzzies. I love the pink color that this has, because it's not like a muted pink and it's not a baby pink. It's kind of like not a Barbie pink either, but it's a perfect pink, especially when you pair it with the leather and the gold hardware. I think that all of the features of this bag just sing perfectly. Each one of them pop. The hardware pops, the denim pops, the leather pops. It's just a perfect combination in my eyes. I use this bag quite a bit. I've gotten so many compliments on it, and I think it is amazing. The one thing that I would change, nothing on the bag. I would have gotten it sooner than just, you know, a couple of weeks ago. I definitely would have added it to my collection a lot sooner. But then again, it was worth the wait, because I wanted it in a certain condition and I got it for a fabulous price. So it's one of those things, kind of like what I said in the reveal video. I was in the right place at the right time for sure. You will notice a quick background change because 2 of those bags had to come down here. All right, but moving on to the next, which is the Petite Noé in the multicolor Blanc. There is nothing petite about this bag whatsoever. It's huge, but it's not like overly huge either. What's funny about this bag is that I'm normally not the biggest fan of drawstring closures. One of my first bags had the drawstring closure and it always drove me nuts. But with this one, it doesn't seem to be as fussy. Sometimes I do end up setting the drawstring there, and it's still easy for me to put my items in here or take them out. I do have an organizer in here as well, because let's be honest, this beautiful, absolutely stunning red interior can be quite deadly when it comes to lighter SLGs, and it will end up staining them. So I'm always very conscientious of having an organizer in there. And truth be told, that organizer doesn't necessarily fit in this bag the way that it should. But it works. You know, it works. I don't have to worry about staining any of my other lighter SLGs. But anywho, absolutely love this bag. And as I said before, I didn't think that I'd love it as much as I do just because of the drawstring, but I love how large it is. I love the multicolor. The multicolor collection is one that I will forever be a fan of. I think it's amazing. Be it the noir, be it the white, there's just something about it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but the colors are amazing. And paired with a stunning honey golden patina, I think it looks absolutely amazing. So there we go. Is there anything that I would change about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nothing. I do have a giant water stain. It came like that when I purchased it, but I still think it's holding up quite nicely. So the Petite Noé in the multicolor Blanc. Next up, this is the bag that I was saying I swore up and down I would never, ever have in my collection. And it's gonna seem so silly, but I was, for lack of a better word, angry when I first heard about it coming out. That is the Speedy 25 Bandolier. So when this bag first came out, I was irritated. I was like, how dare they add a strap to a classic, to an iconic style? Why would you do that? I don't like it. I hate it. Blah, blah. I was such a negative Nancy about it. And now that I have it in my collection, it is one of my most used Speedies of all time. It's absolutely amazing. And the fact that it does come with a removable, adjustable strap that allows you the chance to use it crossbody or on your shoulder if you just want it as a decorative, you know, little hanging leather strap, you have that option. It is so incredibly versatile. It's insane. I highly, highly recommend it. I think it's beautiful. I love the patina that this has gotten. And one of the questions that I get most often is if I end up adding any type of conditioners, if I add any type of, you know, leather guards to my handbags. I don't. I let the oils in my hands do all the work for me. I always allow the bags that have this type of leather to get a base patina, which I've talked about in other videos. But no, I don't add anything. I don't do anything to them. This is just good old natural aging. Oh yeah, but I love it. One thing that I would change about it, if I could just tweak it a little bit, it would be that the zipper goes down to this side of the bag, especially on the 25, because the 25, it's a little bit restricting when it comes to the zipper. I mean, it's not like this teeny tiny zipper either, but I think that if these zippers went down a little bit, it would make it a lot easier to get in and out of it. And plus you'd be able to see your items at a glance. So that's what I would end up doing to the bag if I could, but it is absolutely fabulous on its own for sure. So the Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 bandolier. I have the strap in there. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to take it out, but there we go. All right, moving on to another Speedy. This is the classic Speedy 30 in the Damier Azur. This is also a forever bag for me. I have a little tag on there that says M Heart E. We all know what that stands for. But the classic Speedy, I think, is an incredible bag. I mean, it's iconic, and I love the shape. I love the sag that this bag gets when you end up putting your items in here. I don't necessarily want it to be too structured either, which makes no sense considering that usually I do prefer a structured handbag. But I love the speedy sag that it gets, and I am obsessed with Damier Azur. Again, paired with that beautiful honey golden patina. I think it works, and then you have that gold hardware. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Mine has definitely yellowed as the years have gone by. I've been very, I've been very careful not to set it in the sun. I always keep it in its dust bag, but it has still aged. And truth be told, I do prefer this little like yellowing that it has versus it being stark white. I don't know. It just, maybe it's because of all the memories that I've accumulated with this bag. It could be that, but I think it's amazing. So the classic Speedy, it's like the perfect size, absolutely the perfect size in my eyes. So there is nothing that I would change when it comes to the classic Speedy 30. And I also have the classic Speedy in the Damier Ebene. Again, I just absolutely love these bags. Both of mine are made in France, so that's another thing that I really like about them. One thing I also wanted to talk about is the size. So I used to have, many moons ago, I used to have the classic Speedies in the 35. And I remember thinking, I think it was like a $20 difference between the 35 and the 30 back then. And I just kept thinking, okay, why wouldn't I spend a little bit more? I get a bigger bag, more bang for your buck, right? Well, I quickly realized that that's not always the case. For me personally, I felt like the 35 was just too large. And it's funny because I mean, the 35 is obviously 35 centimeters, the 30 is 30 centimeters. So you're talking about a 5 centimeter difference, but it's a huge difference, at least in my eyes. You know, and I felt like the 35 was just massive. It was too large. It was sometimes cumbersome whenever I would use it on the crook of my arm. So I always had to hand carry it. And I ended up selling those. And when I got the 30s, it was like, yeah, this is it. It was like Goldilocks. It fit just right. They're not too big. They're not too small, you know, so bigger isn't always better, at least for me anyways. And the 30 just ended up working out perfectly. But I love the classic Speedy. I will never tire of this structure of this bag, even though it doesn't have a whole lot of organization because it has one little slip pocket on the side. I mean, you have, there's nothing in here. It's just, I know some people refer to it as the black hole, but I love it. I love the way that it looks when it's just full. And I don't know, this is gonna sound so odd. Sometimes I feel like if I struggle to get an item out because there's just so much chaos inside, sometimes that makes me happy. Do I sound like a lunatic? I probably do, because 99.9% of the time I want to get in and out of my bags, but I feel like with the Speedy I make an exception, you know? I don't know. All right, next up is my my Mono in the size 30 as well, and the colors that I chose are fuchsia and blanc. I love this bag. I think it is beautiful. Again, you have the classic Speedy, the size 30. I think it works. I actually don't use this bag too often, and it's really because of the 25 bandolier. 9 times out of 10 when I want to go for a Speedy and the Monogram canvas, I end up going for the bandolier. It just has a lot more versatility versus this one. I still love the way that it looks because of the colors that I chose, but I don't know. I don't know. This is definitely one of my least used bags in my entire collection. And I tried to bring it out, but again, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, oh, I want to use a Speedy. I want to use Monogram Speedy. I'll go for the Speedy 25 bandolier. I don't know, but I do love the colors. I think that they are absolutely gorgeous. All right, next up, we're getting down to the very end. Next up is the TREVI PM in the Damier Ebene. Oh man, anytime I saw this bag before they discontinued it, whenever I saw it in the boutique, I would drool for this bag. I've tried it on, I can't even tell you how many times I tried it on at the boutique, and I just, every time I went in there, I thought I would get it and I would walk out empty-handed. I don't know why, I couldn't tell you, but I love this bag. It's massive. I love that the zipper is so, I mean, it's large. You can see everything. Again, it is stuffed. You have that red interior, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Let me take all the stuff out actually, because I should have taken everything out before I did this video. I failed, but there we go. So you have 2 slip pockets. It's a massive bag. It comes with a removable, adjustable strap. It has feet along the bottom. It has that canvas, that thick canvas that just takes me back to good old Louis Vuitton days. Like the days that just make my heart sing like crazy. The LV that I remember and love. That's what I feel is in this bag, and that's why I love it so much. Is there anything that I would change about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. This bag is heavy on its own, and then you put your stuff in here and it definitely feels a little bit heavier, but I don't care. I still absolutely love it. And the zipper, oh, I love it. Absolutely love, love, love this bag. And I got one in amazing, amazing condition too. And we're down to the last 3. Can you guess which ones they are? It is the Neverfull, the beautiful Neverfull. I have it in the Damier Ebene, I have it in the Monogram canvas, and I also have it in the Damier Azur. All 3 of them are in the MM size, and this has got to be one of my favorite handbags of all time. I'm gonna do them separately very quickly. The Damier Ebene is actually my least used out of the trifecta. And I really think it's because of these straps. These straps, I don't find them to be as comfortable because it is the color treated leather, and this is the older color treated leather, so it's a little bit shinier, and I feel like sometimes it ends up digging into my shoulder or into my skin. So that's the reason why, I mean, I think that these straps look incredible for as old as this bag is. I barely have any creases, which usually you end up seeing a lot of creases on the handles, which you'll see in the other ones that I have. But it's definitely my least used because of that. But I love using it in the fall and in the winter. I mean, I think that this is an incredible bag. So there's the Damier Ebene. Then here we have the Monogram. This is my second most used out of the lineup. And this one definitely has quite a bit of not wear, but quite a bit of patina on this part here. But I love the size of this bag. It's simple. I mean, it's perfect for my lifestyle. It's perfect for every day. I wouldn't change a single thing about these bags. All of mine are the older versions. They do have the cursive interior. None of them, since they all are the older ones, came with the little pouches. So there we go. But I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't add a zipper. I wouldn't add any type of compartments. Nothing like that. And then we have, and all of mine have organizers in them at the moment. Then we have my most used, one of my most used handbags in my entire collection. One of my most used Louis Vuitton handbags, the Azur. The Azur is a forever bag for me as well. This one has a lot more patina on this part. It almost looks maybe a little bit dingy. I have thought about going for another Azur and just kind of retiring this one, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I have so many memories attached to this bag. It's insane. And the interior could use a cleaning, which is why the organizers are great, because it really helps to keep the interior clean. But there we go. These are amazing, amazing bags. I will never, ever, ever tire of them. I don't care if I'm the last person on the planet that has a Neverfull or that likes the Neverfull. I will continue to rock them until the bitter end. Absolutely. Absolutely. It works. There are many, many, many brands out there who have tried to make something similar, and in my eyes, they have failed miserably, because the simplicity that this handbag has and just the structure is, it's on point. It's absolutely on point. So nothing that I would change about the Neverfull. But we are at the end of my Louis Vuitton handbag collection. Oh yeah. I know that I get asked quite often why I don't have more leather handbags in my collection. I used to in the past, but I have always preferred Louis Vuitton when it comes to canvas. I prefer leather for other fashion houses, but Louis Vuitton in my eyes does canvas better than anybody in the business. And I love the prints. I think each one of them works out perfectly. I definitely have a thing for the Damier ones more than I do the Monogram, even though it might seem the opposite, because I do have more Monogram handbags in my collection, which is kind of crazy. But I feel like Louis Vuitton always ends up introducing new bags only in Monogram, and then the other ones kind of follow if the bag deems to be popular, you know? So it's kind of a bummer that they don't include more new handbags with the other two prints. But I do love their canvas. Their older canvas is just out of this world. It's thicker. It just, you have that quality that you can really feel. And even though I do have some of the newer pieces, some new pieces in my collection now, I definitely prefer the older ones for sure. I definitely do. But anywho, I digress. I have no idea how long this video is. It's probably like an hour long. But again, that does it for my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. As I said in the beginning, I've done reviews for the majority of these bags, and I will try to put as many of those reviews in the description in the description box below. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.